So what body type are you and why is that important? There's three different body types, and depending on your body type, you'll have different characteristics as well as requirements to fit your specific body. So let's determine what that is. I like to use the NFL as an analogy to help us understand and determine which body type we are. When we think of a wide receiver, we think about somebody tall that can go and get that pass, somebody that's fast, shoulders in line with the hips. So what I'm talking about specifically is our bone structure, okay? And the NFL is gonna help us understand. So wide receiver, ectomorph, shoulders in line with the hips, okay? So next body type is a mesomorph. Mesomorph, think of your running back, okay? Like Emmitt Smith or Adrian Peterson, somebody that's very athletic. Shoulders wider than the hips, okay? And the third body type is an endomorph. And an endomorph I would like to compare to a lineman, somebody that's very powerful on the line, that has to block individuals. Hips are wider than the shoulders. And if you watch an NFL game, you could kind of say, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what I'm saying is to determine your body type, go ahead, take a look in the mirror. See where your shoulders compare to your hips. Are they in line with your hips? Is your shoulders wider than your hips, or is your hips wider than your shoulders? Now, when you understand that, that's usually the number one way to classify which body type you are. And once you know that, now we can specify which macronutrients are gonna best fit your goals and your body type. And so if you are an ectomorph, know that you're gonna need a higher percentage of carbohydrates. The highest percentage, I would say, it's around 65%, and the rest protein and fat. Now, if you're a mesomorph, I would like to say about 55% of your food caloric intake should be around 55% of carbohydrates, the rest protein and fat. And then also your endomorph. Endomorph's gonna need the least amount of carbohydrates. I would say they could live off of 30% or 20% or even 10%. But let's say as a rough guideline, 40% to 50% of your intake for carbohydrates should be 40 or 50% of your overall intake should be carbohydrates, and the rest protein and fat. So you're seeing that carbohydrates is going to matter. It's going to change a lot depending on which body type you are. Go ahead and determine which body type you are using the analogy I just gave, and see how you rate yourself.